New at 9, no good deed goes unpunished, and that seems to apply to a local race car driver and his family.
Yeah, you saw this whole thing right here on Fox 6. We showed you this story of how he helped a sick child. Well, turns out he was deceived.
So were we. Fox 6's Brandon Cruz is here with a real shocker.
Yeah, it was back on May 30th that we introduced you to race car driver Lowell Bennett. He and his wife heard of a child who was terminally ill with cancer, and the family didn't have the money to cover his health care costs. So the Bennetts organized a fundraiser, only to find out days later it was a scam.
They said he had about 2 to 6 months to live.
In late May, Robert Doherty told Fox 6 about his son's terminal cancer.
Yeah, you'd like to race with me.
After Wisconsin race car driver Lowell Bennett and his family paid for the Dohertys to come to Wisconsin from Kentucky.
My son's just having a great time.
It was the most touching story.
A fan of Bennett from living in Wisconsin years ago, Doherty initially asked for Bennett's autograph, but got so much more. The Bennetts organized a benefit at Slinger Speedway where drivers, crew members, and fans all donated thousands of dollars.
What's $20 to a kid that's sick?
The story was seen by a driver in North Carolina who Doherty had also contacted.
He called me and, still not completely positive that this boy possibly could have cancer, and they were trying to double dip. So they had sent the police.
Police in Kentucky went to the Doherty's home.
And they questioned him and asked him, who he was, and, does your child have cancer? And he answered them, no.
According to the criminal complaint, Doherty admitted that his son only has ADHD.
We figured they would be on the run then, that they were going to just take off.
But on June 5th, the Dohertys showed up at the Bennett's Neenah home. Police were waiting and arrested him. The Outagamie District Attorney charged him with theft, false representation, over $10,000.
How could somebody be that evil to use something like that, like a child's cancer, for their own benefits, and then to defraud thousands and thousands of people and do a very, very good job of it?
But it won't stop the Bennetts from helping someone in need again.
Don't let one evil person ruin the good and the good-heartedness of people and what they can do. We just have to be a little bit more cautious.
The Bennetts say the checks that were written will be returned to those who donated. As for the cash, that will be donated to Children's Hospital or a place that helps children who actually have cancer. They want to try to organize a race at Slinger Speedway that will also benefit those children, something officials from the track are willing to entertain. Live in the newsroom, Brandon Cruz, Fox 6 News.
Brandon, a little uncomfortable question here, but do we know if the little boy had any idea that this was part of a scam or not?
No, what we were told was the little boy didn't even know he had cancer. They were keeping that from him and just trying to let him live his life when they were telling that story back in May.
And the little boy does not have cancer, just to clarify.
No, according to the criminal complaint, just ADHD.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Brandon.
And we've got a follow-up to a big story.